In this video, I'm going to show you how to get the median confidence interval in a Mann-Whitney test for a small sample. As we did in the last video, this time I'm going to use the same data set from table 4.1 on page 72 of the textbook. You can see here we have a total of 14 students. They were taught by two different methods, and their scores on the exam is the dependent variable. In order to identify the confidence interval, we actually need to find the difference between all possible pairs of scores and sort them out, identify the lower and upper limit. To make the whole process easier, we began by sorting the scores within the group. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sort student scores within the method and within the same method by scores. Okay. Now you can see within the same group, the scores are sorted from low to high, and same for the second group. Once we're ready here, we are going to create a table by doing this. Copy the scores from the first group, and when you paste the scores, make sure you do a transpose, which I mean you paste the score as in a row. Okay. Now for the second group, you can just simply copy, Control C, and paste. Once we are here, we can find out the difference between each pairs. So 38 subtract 10, we have 28. So rather than doing the same process again for each pair, I'm going to use copy and paste. So be careful when you copy and paste. You want to make sure while you move across the columns, you always use the number in column E. So I'm going to fix the column by putting a $sign in front of it. Okay, so you can try it. Copy, Control C, and highlight the place you want to paste to, and Control V. Just pick a number to verify whether you did the right thing. Look at here, 41 minus 10, you got 31. Okay, then when you do the copy and paste across rows, you always want to make sure while you move down the rows, you always use the number from row 3. Okay, so I'm going to fix this 3 by putting a $sign in front of it. And I do a copy and paste. All right. Verify your answer again. This time 38 minus 17 gave you 21. So far so good. So what we can do is Control C and Control V. Now we have all the difference between possible pairs. Okay. All right. Just to make things easier for yourself, highlight the numbers from or the scores from your data set. So I'm going to highlight, and the rest of numbers, they are the differences. Okay. All right. The reason we want to sort the scores before we put them here in the table to find out their differences is because by have the sorted numbers here, you can find the largest difference are in the upper right corner, and the small differences is in this corner. However, we also need to know another number before we find out what's the upper bound or lower bound of the confidence interval. We need to know what's the group size. Group size for the first group is 7. Group size for the second group is also 7. And we know we're using alpha equals 0.05 for a two-tailed test. And using those information, you go to table B.4 and you will find out, okay, in that table, when n equals 7, m equals 7, alpha equals 0.025, you have a number of 8, which means you need to start from the largest value here, find number 8, that's the upper bound, and you start from lowest value here, go back to number 8's number, that's your lower bound. Okay, you can simply say here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So with 36 being the 8th number from the top, this is the upper bound of the confidence interval. Now, we start from the very bottom. We go back to 8 number as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the lower bound. Okay, so the 95% confidence interval in this case is from 18 to 36. The textbooks that you need to use not the 8th number, but the 9th number. I think that's a typo. All right. Okay, that's how you find out the confidence interval for the median in the Mann-Whitney U test. Also, I want to show you one extra thing. Pay attention here in this table. Even though we know, here is the upper right corner for large differences, here is another corner for small differences, you don't really see a clear pattern to trace. Okay. If you really want to take an extra step, this is what you can do. In Excel, there's a function called rank. Okay, you can say, okay, this is my number. I want to see how this number is ranked in a given list. So my list is here. Okay, all right. So it appears that this 28 is ranked number 22 in this whole list. If I'm going to repeat the same procedure for the other numbers, I just want to make sure every time I rank, it's always in this list of numbers from F4, so I fix F, fix 4, to L10, so I fix the column and the rows, okay? So I'm going to copy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 row down. Okay, then I'm going to see if I copy to the entire list, what's going to happen here. Okay, all right. So 43 appears to be number 1, ranked number 1 in the list. And it's a little bit confusing because when we do our own ranking, it's the lowest number that start 1, but the Excel give you the highest number, ranked number 1. So just be clear, so you need to have the number 8. So how come we don't have 8 here? That's because we have 3 tight numbers. 36, 36, 36, they take up the ranks 7, 8, and 9. So we know this is the number we're looking for. And that happened to be 36. And if we go back from the lowest rank up 8 numbers, that's the number ranked 42 that's we're looking for, which is the 18 in this list. So this actual step I show you here just to show, okay, if you don't want to do the ranking yourself, you can ask help from Excel, then go back to the right position for the upper and lower bound of your confidence interval. So that's the end of this video.